Hi guys, welcome to the Hot Off the Press show. This week would have been Wednesday, but Arsenal are playing on Wednesday, so I've moved it to that tonight. Yeah, just discussing more news in the world of football. We've got Claude. How are you?
All right, mate. How are you? Hope you're all well. Hope everyone is well. Unfortunately, all this business is now cropped up again. Oh dear! I just hope the football doesn't get stopped again. That's all.
Yeah, I think we can come on to that at some point this evening.
I
Get
think
your thoughts on that. But we've got Rams in. How are you?
No, I'm not too bad. Obviously, very happy with the victory against Chelsea. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Prime's coming on at some point as well.
It's going to be an interesting conversation with him.
And we've got Marcus again, a regular occurrence on the channel. How are you? Marcus?
Lost him, mate.
But yeah, well, we'll start with probably the biggest news towards the end of last week, which was Bale signing for Tottenham. Now it's all done and confirmed. And yeah, we'll start with Marcus being a Spurs fan. What
I think that we need someone fast because Son's been great. I don't think Bale will be as fast as he was, but he will be faster than Kane is, and we just need someone else up there apart from Son who can just run, go ballistic, and just get up there. Counter attack.
I mean, I think it's a very good signing for Spurs, in all honesty. It gives them another option up front. Whether it works with Mourinho's system, we'll wait and see. But there's no doubt of Bale's talent. Rams, what's your thoughts to
that? Yeah, it's a good signing. Obviously, him coming back to Spurs will obviously rejuvenate the squad, add a little bit of motivation to everyone to perform well. And also to give a kick up the backside for quite a lot of the attackers, so they can't let off. If they let off, then Bale will be starting 100%. Just more options.
And Claude, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he's good. I think the only thing is, I think he has got a few injury problems. So I don't think they're going to see him till November, apparently. So, yeah, it'll definitely add a lot to the squad. I think whether he's the same player that actually left Spurs 7 years ago is another thing altogether, though. But we'll see. We'll see how he gets on. But I think it's a good signing. As you say, it's going to give a kick up the other players as well. So increases competition for places.
Yeah, I think also currently with Tottenham's fixture list as well, just having more squad depth and more options will be beneficial for them. I mean, I think they've got 5 games in the space of a month or something. So yeah, I think that they've made a very strategic move, especially when it also comes to Regulion as well.
What a signing!
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to Man United.
What a signing!
But
the problem with that deal is that buyback clause. Because if he was performing, Real Madrid should pay 40 million. He's back at Real Madrid. So going forward, I mean, right now would be a good signing, but going forward,
how much did we pay for him? Do you know?
We paid about 27, 28 or something like that.
Well, it's 12 million. That's a lot for someone like Spurs, even if they do buy him back. So, you know,
Nah, I'm just
and
saying if Spurs are going to progress, I don't understand why they would allow a buyback clause being put into place in that contract.
it was the only way we could sign him. I think that he will go back, and they will do that, but they will buy him back because, well, unless they go bankrupt, they're gonna need someone to replace Marcelo, aren't they? They're gonna need someone to be down that left-hand side, and they're gonna it's gonna happen. I mean, I don't really care about this buyback clause because it's there. We can't do anything about it.
It's a glorified loan, in other words, isn't it? Really, to be honest with you,
Yes, that's
it's probably the reason
saying it.
It's probably the reason why Man United didn't get involved in it, because I think they wanted someone they think would be permanent. I don't think it doesn't look a permanent deal, but it's a good thing. I mean, for a year, if they get Spurs get a good year out of him, at least he's a good player to have in the side, isn't it? It will add a lot of stability to the side. So for 1 year, maybe even get 2 years out of him. Who knows what's going to happen? But
Maybe
it's just another loan. It's like the Ceballos loan at Arsenal from Real Madrid. It's the same thing, really. To be honest,
maybe Walker Peters could learn something from him, or just basically
Walker
in the
Peters
training
is
ground.
Southampton.
Oh yeah, he did. Okay, but someone in the training ground just learning from him, I think would be a good thing. You know, learning all the tricks he's got from being at Real Madrid and passing them on.
Yeah, I think that's where, in terms of building your youth system, is where having top experienced players in your squad is beneficial. I mean, David Luiz, and we can all go on about how poor David Luiz can be in terms of his mistakes, but off the pitch, he brings so much experience to like the upcoming defenders coming through the youth system, which means it will be that they can learn from a World sort of Cup winner or a World Cup finalist. But yeah, I can't see why Tottenham shouldn't be happy with that deal and what they've done so far. I think the only people I think that are not happy is Man United at the minute, because from what I'm seeing, their whole transfer window is sort of turning what we used to do, which is like we used to wait until we got the Champions League money qualifying into the Champions League, and then spend that money on what we got in the last week of the window as like a panic buy. I mean, that's how we got Arteta back in 2012. So yeah, I mean, Man United's business at the minute is in a mess, and when you lose to, and it's only highlighted when you lose 3-1 to Palace that you own at Old Trafford. Good. But I mean, one issue with that is the handball. These new laws about the handball. I want to. What's your thoughts about new rules with the handball rules, Rams?
It's annoying, really. Like, if a striker aims at your arm and it hits his arm, is a penalty, which is a bit stupid in my opinion. And it's the consistency as well. Like Lindelof's one, it hit his arm, yeah, and it was given as a penalty, okay. But you guys, Gabriel hit his arm, and it wasn't given as a penalty. So like,
and in the Spurs game,
consistency.
Yeah.
And in the Spurs game, it was the same thing as the Lindelof one, where it was given as a penalty. So it just needs that little bit of consistency, but it's still it's really stupid. Like it's even if you're going to run back, if you imagine like you're a centre back sprinting back and the striker striker aims at your arm because you flail your arms out just to get that little bit of extra pace. It's just it just benefits the attacking team.
I think in the Spurs game, he did move his arm just before it hit the ball. So I think he was holding against the player and then he moved it.
That was a deflection onto his arm.
That's why. So that
I think that's why it was given
as a penalty. Before it wouldn't been given as a penalty because it's the deflection and like you can't do anything when it's deflected into your arm. But if it hits your arm, it's a pen. That's how the rules are.
I think in the Spurs game it might have been.
Yeah, I mean, I think these new rules are just sort of they're sort of destroying the game in sort of a way because they're trying to make the rules like it's completely black and white, and it's not. Right? You can't make those sort of decisions in a black and white sense because everyone's going to have their own different opinion on it. So, I'll just also bring on Latimus Prime, Mr. Shades. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Right, we're all going to stand back and we're just going to let you and Rams have the floor.
Oh, you want to talk about the game? Go ahead.
No, we'll just talk about the handball rules and how they.
Which handball specifically, or just the rule?
The rules itself. It's ridiculous.
I don't have anything wrong with the rule necessarily. If the ball hits your arm, it hits your arm. That's handball. You could say it's harsh, but
yeah,
I think
the law, isn't it? The law is the wrong law, isn't it? At the moment, I just feel that the one Man United got against them was really, really harsh. But that's the new law that's brought in, and they've got to take whoever made this law up is because what's going to happen now? You're going to have your hands tied behind your back then now.
I mean that's how Branislav Ivanovic used to defend for Chelsea. He put his hands behind his back so that no one could catch him out.
You can't be doing that while you're running, or you can only do it at a certain time in the action. You know, you can't do it all the time. It's not. It's just. I think the law is just a bit hard. It's quite harsh, really. Sure. But I can't believe, and going on VAR, I can't believe that referee needed VAR to do the sending off. I mean, it was the Chelsea player had him right around the neck there. I mean, I couldn't even believe. I couldn't believe how it took him. It had to even go to VAR, that decision. But so there's some really funny decisions going on at the weekend. I'm not a big fan of VAR. I like it.
I think the decision's right though, doesn't it? For example, against Liverpool, Christensen would have got a yellow, but VAR corrects the decision and it's right.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, that referee shouldn't have even needed. I mean, if they're really good professional referees, they shouldn't even have to go to VAR.
Yeah, but that's the reason why. Yeah, but that's the reason why we have VAR to correct the decision.
Yeah, but I think
the reason we've got it, Primus, is because the referees are absolutely a joke now.
Yeah. But it's not just England that has VAR.
No, but I think.
I'm not saying just England. I think in Europe in general, I think we've got really poor referees now. It's really poor
like
at the moment.
With the referees.
I think. See what I don't like a bit about VAR, and to be honest with you, I'm not going to say what I don't. It's not really fact. It's an opinion, right? And it's one referee watching it in the studio and another referee. So it's just two people's opinion. They both can be wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not real fact. maybe the only real fact is probably the offside law. But all the other decisions are not real facts. You know what I'm saying? They're all opinions. So you might as well just have the referee making that decision. The game has survived over 100 years without all this carry on. But that's for another day, I suppose. But I'm just saying.
Also, I think
this season.
I'm going to be honest about the Chelsea game. I think a lot of people have been very harsh on Chelsea at the weekend, and you've got to remember, you've got all these new players are coming in. It ain't going to just instantly just go off like that. It's going to take time, and they've got to settle in.
The reason why we're being harsh at Chelsea is because all the Chelsea fans were giving it the big one, saying that
I never said that, Rams, though.
But hold on.
Chelsea fans in general.
Well, what do I keep on saying? Fans are stupid.
It's like with Arsenal fans. You'll get Arsenal fans that react to every single thing. We'll win 2 games. We've won 2 games. They'll think we'll win the league.
It's the same way United fans last year when they had a good run, they got gassed that they were back.
No, but Stephen is not just like some Chelsea fans. It's the majority of them. They sign Werner, they sign Havertz, they sign Ziyech, they sign Thiago Silva. They think they're going to win the league. The majority of them. They think they're going to.
No. Only Monster said we were going to win the league.
No, okay. Finish ahead of Liverpool.
Which is set of fans.
But realistically, I don't think it was that. I don't think it was delusional enough to say we'd finish above Liverpool, given the circumstances that had happened. You guys not strengthening. That was the caveat. Liverpool not strengthening.
But at the end of the day, I know what you're saying. But what I'm trying to say on that game, it's on the games of Chelsea will take time to settle with. And if you get 5 or 6, they've got to blend in the side. And I saw Havertz getting a lot of criticism. This is his first game in the Premier League, for Christ's sake. Ain't going to happen straight away. Dennis Bergkamp took 3-4 months to settle in at Arsenal. Robert Perez took 9 months. And look what players they turned out to be.
It took Drogba a year. It took Didier Drogba like a year to settle into
exactly.
He got injured all the time, Drogba.
I think
no, he wasn't injured.
I think the season he was. Because Idiger Johnson was playing up front.
Jurgen Johnson was playing up front. Yeah, Drogba wasn't injured though.
Hang on, what's that, Marcus?
I think that
let Marcus finish.
I think that in some cases, just going back to like the VAR thing, I think that some cases referees' decisions need to be fast and instantaneous, like their first reaction. I think sometimes VAR helps, but sometimes the referee just first decision, whatever they think should go.
I mean, but people, it's always going to. I think VAR is always going to be a controversial subject. Whether we should have it or not, or when we should have it, or when should we not. I think I was going to say this season. It's only been 2 sets of games, but most of the decisions have been fine. Obviously, you got the handball, which doesn't make sense in a lot of ways, but in terms of the actual decision making, it's not been a problem. But I think the one thing that showed definitely the one thing showed from the Chelsea game is that is Kepa, I don't think is good enough. I don't think
he definitely isn't.
And I think Mendy coming in is going to be it'll take him 2-3 games, and he'll probably come in and replace him.
I don't know how long it's going to take for Mendy to come in.
Because I think he's doing his medical today.
But I want to ask this to Prime: is he going to be the caliber of goalkeeper to put you up with the Cities and the Liverpools?
You already know this. No, I don't think Mendy's that good of a goalkeeper. I don't think he's much better than Kepa. However, for a season, I guess he will do. But next season, we have to go and target like an Oblak.
I will say this.
Not like an Oblak preferably.
Prime, I will say
Or
this.
black.
Yeah, I mean, Prime, I would say this is that, okay, yeah, he might not, but your last goalkeeper you bought from Rennes was Petr Cech.
Yes, but that doesn't
It doesn't
mean anything.
mean he's going to be. I'm not saying he's going to be the all-conquering Petr Cech that we knew when he played at Chelsea, right? But I didn't know Petr Cech until he turned up at Chelsea. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, we all thought when Bert Neno got injured that we had no goalkeeper.
Yeah, no, he signed for Chelsea. He's a Chelsea player, so obviously I'm going to back my players. But I'm not filled with confidence just yet.
Oh, cool. Go on.
Can we all agree that Joe Hart was an awful signing for Spurs?
I don't know why you signed him. Because he had Gazaniga as your backup goalkeeper. It's just extra money going down the drain for me. Just I don't know.
What's going down the drain?
Money.
Spurs signed Hart.
He's got a big contract at Tottenham.
Oh, Kepa, yeah.
No, not Kepa.
No,
Hart.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tottenham.
It is what it is.
I mean,
we've got the money to do this, so I'm not worried.
When Neno got injured, he was one of the Arsenal shortlist targets. Luckily, Martinez proved his worth. We didn't sign him. But I can't see why Tottenham bought Joe Hart. I really can't.
We've got Gazaniga or whatever his name is, the young guy.
What, Joe Hart? He's a good goalkeeper. And as a backup, he'll do a job.
No, but
yeah, but I'd rather a young guy to play than Gazaniga or whatever his name is. I'd rather him play because he'll learn how to play instead of Joe Hart, who's like 35 years old.
I feel like Joe Hart is not the kind of goalkeeper that we remember him to be. I think he
wasn't that good anyway.
He's mediocre. No. When he was at City in those title-winning seasons, he was great. He was like, definitely top 10 in the world. But I feel like after Pep shot him out the door, he's just become mediocre.
Ruined his confidence.
Yeah.
And people have to remember, he's won 2 titles. People have to remember he's won 2 titles. He's played in international tournaments and started for England. He's captained England, I think, on a few occasions.
No.
This guy's the leader.
Never.
Well, okay, he hasn't captained, but he's been a leader.
He's a leader.
This guy knows what it's like to play at the highest level. He knows what it takes. That's what Spurs need. Like, bring Gareth Bale. Not only is it quality, but he's also a leader, and he knows what it takes at the highest stages.
Yeah. Yeah, you got that's a valid point as well. So Rams, moving on to Thiago, finally got him in the end. How much of a difference would he make us in Liverpool's side?
Oh, a hell of a difference. Like, we're talking about changing the way our midfield functions. I know Prime has given a lot of Liverpool fans grief about saying, talk to us when you sign Thiago. Well, we signed Thiago. What are you going to say him now?
No. My thing was my thing has always been about squad depth for Liverpool. Because I didn't think Thiago on his own would make a difference.
Why?
Because he's just one player. I was talking about squad depth. But you have that now. Or you could potentially have it if you sign another winger and another centre back.
Well, the thing is, I think Klopp has given a chance to a lot of fringe players that weren't playing. I think somewhat he likes Nathaniel Phillips a lot. The player that was playing for Stuttgart, helped them got promoted to the Bundesliga. He likes him a lot, so I don't know if he'll get a chance to play. We saw him against Everton. He was amazing. He was really good against Everton. He might
Who?
get Nathaniel Phillips.
Who was Nathaniel Phillips?
Yeah, he was loaned out to Stuttgart last season, and
He's a Liverpool player.
Yeah, he's a Liverpool player. We played again. We called him up when we didn't have enough centre backs playing, so we called him up and he played against Everton, and we got a clean sheet from that, and he was really good that game. You might give it. I think attack. I think we're all right at attack now. I think Diego Jota's his versatility, he can play on both feet, he can play on both wings, can play in that Firmino role. I mean, that's already going to be taken by Minamino. Looks like Minamino is going to be the backup to Firmino. But I think up front we're all right. Midfield was stacked, completely stacked. And yeah, I think squad depth is looking good for us. I think we'll be good for the season, challenging on all fronts.
Yeah, squad depth.
Challenging on all fronts now, even the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. No excuses to not get to at least the Champions League semis.
For me, if we need to challenge for the Premier League, that's the main aim. Also, if we go far in the Champions League, it'll be a really good season for us. And
I don't want to hear a good season. You're meant to be one of the best teams on the planet.
Yeah, so the good. What do you mean?
No, because you're supposed to be one of the best teams on the planet. Yes or no?
It'll be a good season. It'll be a good season.
No, but you should be showing the quality that you clearly have. That's my problem with Liverpool. You hype yourselves up and fine, but then you counteract it with, "Oh, this should be enough," or "Hopefully we'll do this or that." No,
I don't think Liverpool have that good a season.
How
what?
I don't have anything to back it up. I just have a feeling that Mane didn't. Well, Mane scored last game. Last 2 goals. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he gave it all in that game.
He did get Christensen sent off, and he caused a lot of problems for that Chelsea backline when he had the ball.
What, Mane?
Yeah. Both wingers, actually.
Not necessarily. Not really. I don't think Liverpool threatened Chelsea at all, really.
Well, we were conservative, but when the wingers had the ball, you were a little bit shaky handling them.
No, I'll be honest. I wasn't afraid of Liverpool at all. Christensen made a stupid mistake. He gets sent off. And Kepa is Kepa.
But can you stop? No, this is what I hate. Yeah,
you didn't. I don't think you actually did anything. I'm not saying you deserve the win. No, you deserve the win.
No. Wait. Let me finish.
Okay.
Christensen played an immaculate ball to Sadio Mane, who made that going from one side of Christensen to another to the foul. So Christensen tried to do what any defender would do, try and stop opposition from scoring a goal. It was turned out a wrong decision. But
so that's one thing that you did then.
We did slice you open on the right hand side for Mane's first goal as well.
Okay. What else did you do?
We carved you open in the second half so many times I can't remember.
How many goals did you score? You did one piece of quality, and then Kepa's stupid error that he always does. Other than that, what did you actually do? You say you carved us open, but if you didn't score 4, 5, 6 past us, so what did you do?
Yeah, because we did when we carved you, we scored. What did you understand? We carved you open, but we didn't score a goal.
So you didn't carve us open.
We still exploited the amount of times your defense just didn't.
No, because exploiting chances would be 3, 4 goals. You didn't. Personally, I think it was.
If we cut you open,
I don't think Chelsea were an actual threat.
If we cut you
or Liverpool were an actual threat, you deserve to win. You're not listening to what I'm saying, because you deserve to win, and you took your chances when it came. I don't think you are a genuine threat to us.
Okay, we get your point.
I think you really underestimated. I didn't think we were Liverpool standard, which is about a 9 or a 10, I still think we're about a 6, but we still looked a threat against you because of the quality.
Okay. Well, of the standard I know Liverpool to be, I don't think you were, but whatever, semantics. You deserve to win.
I think in the end, it's Chelsea's mistakes cost them in the end.
And Liverpool took advantage of it. That's what
great
teams are supposed to do.
Yeah, and if you want to be contending for titles, you shouldn't be making mistakes like that.
Oh no, we're not contending for the title this season. That's never been my aim.
Well, even at the top level of football, you shouldn't be.
But Liverpool shouldn't be they should have been better that game, Liverpool.
I think we were just stuck on it.
Primus, sorry, can I just interrupt? Primus, did I just say you didn't think you're contenders this year after all that money you spent?
Fine. I think that's you.
I know. I genuinely didn't hear what he said. Sorry.
No, you just said that you didn't think you're contenders for the league this year after all that money you spent. You should be up there challenging with that money you spent this season.
No, because how can people say Chelsea should be contenders, and then when Chelsea fans do say we should be contenders, and then people say your players still need to gel and settle, how can you be contenders for the league?
No. Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, that ain't going to take. What I'm saying with the players gel, I don't think it's going to take. Ain't going to take that long. I mean, and you've already got good players there.
Also, we don't have the players that we signed. They didn't play yesterday or against Brighton.
Oh my God!
It's 2 games into. It's 2 games into the season.
Hang on,
keep in mind.
There was a comment.
No, I just feel you. No, I'm just asking you, Prime. You don't think they're contenders this year, then? You don't think they can challenge
in a title race? No. Depending, what is your definition of a title race?
Well, I just feel that this season, I don't think Liverpool. I mean, although they did look all right in the second half on Sunday, but I don't think Liverpool will be as strong as they were last season.
Mm-hmm.
Man City,
no one's ever strong in the next season.
But I just feel they might come back to the. They won't be as clear as they were last year. Man City and Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool won't go 30 points clear like they did last season. Mm-hmm. I just feel you don't actually believe you can get nearer to them, the top 2, this season. You don't think that?
No, that's why I asked you what is your definition of a title race, because there are some people who will say Chelsea should be.
Let me put it this way.
Okay.
Challenging to around about April, being around about 5 or 6 points behind, or 6, 7, 8 points behind.
By April.
By April or May, and going into the last month of the season, in with a chance.
No, I think at the end of the season, Chelsea will be 10, maybe 15 points off the winners.
Fair enough. I mean, that's quite honest.
It's good enough to say that's a title race, or we challenge, then fine. If not, fine. But I think that's how far we'll be off.
That's honest of you, because there's a lot of Chelsea fans that do feel that they can challenge us. So that's why I asked you.
Yeah, but that's because they're gassed off the signings, but they're not looking at it realistically.
Okay, that's fine. Yep. And
that's fine.
I personally think there's more pressure on Lampard this year than there was last season.
Oh, most definitely there is.
Yeah.
And what
you got money to spend.
Because last season the expectancy wasn't as high as this season. And what is the thing with him now? He's only been in the managing. And this is not a dig at him, by the way, for 2 seasons, and he's not really managed big players, has he? Before.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I just feel that maybe I think you're more realistic on. I think you could be right. I think would you say being out of the top 4? Would you say top 4 is a minimum requirement for Chelsea?
Being out of the top 4. Being out of the top 4.
No, what would you say? The minimum requirement for Chelsea, say, is getting in the
season.
top 4.
No, the minimum requirement this season is to finish third and win a trophy.
Right.
Oh,
If we finish, say, 10 points off, that depends on how you, or 15, whatever. That depends on what you figure a title race to be. But finish at least third and win a trophy. Because I think Chelsea, we should be. I personally think, as things stand right now, keep in mind United haven't signed Sancho or a left back or a centre back yet. As it stands right now, we are at the very least the third best team in the Premier League.
no way.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Well, I mean, they should have finished third. Last season, really, they just
exactly, and that's based off that we finished joint points with United, and so far they haven't really strengthened.
Yeah.
So
They've not
that's what I'm saying. If United get Sancho and a left back, maybe a centre back or a DM, then they have to finish third above Chelsea. Keep in mind they have a settled first 11 already. Chelsea don't.
I think it's the 3rd of October.
Oh, is it extended then? It's extended.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I mean, when I went to that title race, I was really thinking, will you be up there near there, or with a chance with about, let's say, 10 games to go? You know, but obviously you don't think that. That's what I meant with the title. I think it'd be a great achievement if you actually win it this year. I mean, this season, I think it would be an incredible achievement. But I mean, I don't know about the Tottenham fan. What's the expectancy of your team, Marcus, for the season?
I think we got to win a trophy. Top 4, hopefully. I actually have said this a few times. I think Arsenal are going to win the title, and I think that's because everyone else is a mess. But Arsenal have kept relatively the same team. Arsenal have relatively kept the same team, and that's why I think they have a title challenge at least.
No.
I think Spurs.
No.
I think Spurs.
You've been listening to DT too much.
Lost too many.
No, Jordan, listen.
Wait, Marcus, who do you support? May I ask?
Spurs.
Or Tottenham.
Spurs. I predicted for Spurs, and this is before you signed Gareth Bale, that you guys will win the Europa League.
7.
What do you think?
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what we're going to win.
You'll finish like 5th or 6th and win the Europa League.
I hope we get. Well, I think I'd rather win the Europa League and get out of that top 4. Because I hate the league. It's dumb. I think we're better in Europe. And then.
I'm surprised. You actually think Arsenal could make a title challenge, Marcus? Did you say?
Yeah, they've just kept the same team, and I worry that they're gonna win.
Arsenal won't be in a title challenge.
No, they will. They're way behind.
There's still 2 players short of top 4, I think, to be honest with you.
I think more. I look at Arsenal's team, and I don't think you're better than Spurs. I don't think you're better than Everton, Wolves. Also, Arteta is a good manager, but he's so young and inexperienced. I don't think he's better than Jose, Ancelotti, Nuno.
No. But they're class acts, and they've got the CV in front of them, haven't they? Let's be honest with
the experience and the know-how. Plus, with Arsenal, if you guys go through a bad trip in form, which you will, because Arteta is a young manager, and Arsenal always seem to go through dips in form in the season, it would be interesting to see how he gets through that.
I feel if you had Ancelotti in charge of your team, Primus. You would have more.
We'd have to win. We'd have with Ancelotti, we'd have to win the league.
Frank
No, I'm saying you'd have more chance of challenging if you had.
And that's why I say minimum 3rd. I'm not talking about a title race because of Frank. He's so young and inexperienced that it has to be a big factor.
Arsenal and Chelsea and
it's not a dig at Lampard. I just feel that it's too early.
No. Yeah, I know it's not a dig. No, but what you're saying is right. It's not a dig. It's true.
So obviously we've all heard about the new COVID restrictions for the next 6 odd months. Obviously, situation's not getting worse by the look of it. For people like myself, I now can't go out anymore, really. So
I know it's horrible. I know it's horrible. This whole thing is.
yeah, and I'm just wondering
I can see
football might be end up in another lockdown.
Yeah. Well, Moyes has gone. The funny thing, the strange thing is that David Moyes has gone home tonight. Yeah, he was in contact with the Arsenal team on Saturday, wasn't he? So how many of them have picked it up? I mean,
that follow up with? Do we play Liverpool on Saturday or Monday? Sorry, because of that.
we could have another. Yeah, we could have a lot of the season being stopped again. I think the way things are going. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but
yeah, that's my biggest worry. Is I think towards football wise.
I don't think you'll see spectators in the ground now until next season. Now,
no. I mean, for me, I'm not. If football stopped, it doesn't bother me, to be honest. Right, because I know there's more important things to worry about.
Yeah, I know that, but there are a lot of people. I'm not being funny. There are a lot of people. I mean, it's all very well saying that, but there are a lot of people that depend on sport.
Yeah,
depression, and I think this COVID could cause a lot more. With this another lockdown could cause more people to go into depression.
I mean,
Can actually lose their lives over COVID. So it's not a thing that I'm.
I know everyone's different, and people. I mean, in terms of F1 example, I'd always watch F1 in hospital because it was coping mechanism. And that's how some people cope. They love by watching their favourite sport. So, but if this carries on the way it is, football could be suspended. But yeah, do you think it will be suspended prime?
Yeah. Yeah, because look, a second wave of lockdown or second wave of COVID, should I say, was always going to happen. I think with some people, or at least the narrative with the media and stuff like that was, oh, lockdown is over. We can now go out and go back to work. COVID's gone. But it's never going to go away unless they come up with a vaccine.
Yeah.
Or a cure, should I say.
Rams, what do you think?
The amount of time I've spoken about this is actually incredible, but I'm going to still stick with what I believe. I think if there was a straight decision made by the government earlier, and even now, I don't think the coronavirus would have had this profound effect on the country, in my humble opinion. I think quite a lot of it is very much down to both the PM and the government giving people second chances when they shouldn't. They should have a strict decision, and it's just going to cost. It will cost people their the morale, and a lot of money for the country as well. So, yeah.
It's it's difficult in any sense of the word, because you're sort of trying to judge on something that you've never seen before. So trying to make the right call is always going to be difficult, and there's always going to be winners and losers on both sides. So yeah, it's let's just put it this way: I wouldn't want to be an MP in government in a minute.
Yeah,
having to make these decisions. So, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, So just more reaction on last weekend's game. Arsenal 2-1 against West Ham. Good win there, Claude. Claude?
Getting interrupted. Sorry, mate.
Good win against West Ham, despite not playing at our best.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, after the connection.
It was a good win by Arsenal, despite not
Yeah,
playing.
I thought we were very. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought we were poor, but I don't think it's because I just think everyone's going on about we're missing this, we're missing players, but it's not that. I thought we are missing we are missing key players that we need to improve the squad. Yeah, I agree, but I think it's more down to complacency on Saturday. I thought we go into these games now. We're playing West Ham, and we think, oh, we've only got to turn up, and we should have got done. I thought they well deserved to win. Had plenty of chance. They had plenty of the ball in the second half. And it was a really, really poor performance, and we got the result. Yeah, great result. But I keep hearing people saying, "Oh, well, you'd have lost that game last year." But apparently, we played like that against West Ham last year, and we still won one playing the same way. So that to me, there's a lot of things have got to improve. But I still think we need those two players in the middle. I think we need that player in the middle of the park to, I can say, a defensive sort of midfielder, and we need a creative midfielder as well. I'm not pleased that we sold Martinez and kept Leno.
Yeah, Martinez is the better goalkeeper, in my opinion.
Yeah, according to our fans, Arteta can't do no wrong. And when I criticise the decision, I get slaughtered. So, but that's our fan base for you, I'm afraid. Yeah, you're right. You are right, Primus. He's a better goalkeeper, and he's going to do really well. He's going to do really well at Villa. He's going to do really well. So, no, I was disappointed with the display, but it's, as you say, it's a win is a win. But if we go up there to Anfield and play, which I don't think we will play that bad, but if we go to Anfield like that, we'll have our pants pulled down, mate. To be honest with you, so.
Just sticking with obviously there's reports about Torreira going to Atletico, and I believe
we have to let go, because we are now two players over the homegrown rule. We've got two players more than what we should have in the squad. So unless these players are shifted, the only way we can get these other two players in is if we just leave them out of the squad completely.
Yeah, and if we want,
they're not going to shift. For me, if they don't shift them, I would say, well, you sit on the bench. You don't want to go. You sit on the bench for the rest of the season. Not on the bench. You sit at home. You're not in a 25-man squad. Simple. That's how I would look at it.
At home already, but we can't be bothered to tear his contract off.
Hey,
we got one sitting at home already on a PS4.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. But I would if I was Arteta, I'd say, well, you stay at home then. Stay at home.
Always been training, you know.
It's no good. It's no good for us if he's there. It's no good for us if he's not going to pick him at all to be in the squad. I'd rather get these two players in, and that means if we get two players in now, we have to lose four. Torreira's one, Kolasinac is one, Ozil's one has got to go, and who's the other one that can? It was Kolasinac, Ozil, Torreira. We've got to lose another one.
Guendouzi.
We want to get the players in. I can't believe we bought this Icelandic goalkeeper, making another foreign player we've bought in. No, I don't know why we've done that. We should have kept Macy in as number 2, and that would have been a better option to me. And then we could have added another. We wouldn't have had to get rid of another foreign player. But here we go. I don't know what.
Yeah, I mean, if we want now from Atletico, we're going to need.
I get criticised because I tell what I say how it is, and I get criticised for it. But, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I just feel that we are 2 players short of making top 4 even. So if we don't get those 2 players in, I don't think we'll make top 4.
Yeah, I think that it's like you said. You can have an opinion on it.
You've got to also realise that Stephen, it's Wolves, Everton are in the.
Yeah,
are going to be. Everton have made this team stronger as well.
Leicester.
I know Wolves lost yesterday to Man City, but
I just said off air how good they've been.
and you know these are other teams as well. You know, as well as Spurs. Spurs now, even though they lost the first game, they've added to their squad and they look very strong as well. So it's going to be very difficult unless we get these 2 players.
Leicester. Don't sleep on
And
Leicester.
oh yeah, I forgot Leicester. Yeah, Leicester as well. Leicester, yeah, because Leicester 5th last year. Yeah, Leicester as well.
And Ricardo Pereira is going to be coming back and Stan will be moving off to the left. So it's more scarier prospect.
Yeah. So even they had Maddison on the bench and he's a top player. So
and they signed that Turkish winger Cengiz Ünder, who's
that's another good buy. Yeah, I think he's got him on loan, isn't he?
Yeah, on loan. I think that's a good buy as well.
Yeah, and that's
true business.
But I think Claude, I think you should know these days. If you have an opinion on anyone or anything, someone's always not going to be happy.
No, it's just I'm a bit more realistic. I think a lot of people, they see where we win the FA Cup, they think that suddenly that everything is great. You know, I mean, and then win the Community Shield. I don't value the Community Shield. I just think it's a glorified friendly, and the Liverpool team will be playing on Monday will be a lot better than when we played at Wembley. So you know, I'm just realistic. I think we need. I mean, I'm looking at you lot know from the outside. You've got a Chelsea fan, you've got a Liverpool fan, and a Spurs fan, and they know it. They know very well where we are.
Yeah.
I think we don't doubt your quality. It's just that there's so many other teams.
No, it's not that. I still think I think we're still short. I don't think we've got to remember that FA Cup covers a lot of cracks as well. We finished 8th in the league last season.
Yeah, of course. But
there's a reason we finished 8th.
Yeah,
but it's just that. I think if we want to play like we want to play, but we need to get 3 players, international players sold, right, and then go to Atletico and say we want Partey, we want him now, and just pay out the clause with the money we've raised from that. I think there's another player that from Arsenal that's going for that we want 10 million for. Bellingham. I don't know. I've probably just savaged his name.
Primus, tell me that can't be possible, is it? That Chelsea want Guendouzi and are prepared to let either Kante or what's that? Who was the other one?
Kovacic.
Go. I can't believe that they want to do a deal like that. Is that making a fun there? I'm not sure.
I don't see Chelsea doing that.
Apparently, Chelsea want to buy Guendouzi, and they've offered players. I'm not sure what players they've offered.
I don't know what you heard, but it's not true.
Yeah, well,
good paper talk, to be honest, mate.
I look at Guendouzi. He doesn't do anything that I would want at Chelsea. Personally,
he's a good young prospect, but he's got an attitude. That's the only thing. All he needs is someone to get a hold of him, and I think he could actually hit quite a high level, but it's just his attitude at the moment is not right.
He's had that tag when he was at his club. He had it at Lorient when.
Yeah, that's what it would have been as well.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I think Guendouzi would be a good player for Klopp.
No, he won't. He won't. I think his temperament. I don't think Klopp would like that.
No. A player. I mean, his attributes as a player.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
It's just
It only needs someone that can get hold of him and in the right. Different coaches can deal with different players. You know what I'm saying? You know, what might not work with Arteta might work with another coach. You know what I'm saying? So
it depends on who's managing. But
Ferguson was the greatest there because he knew that certain players he would let get away with things, and he knew how to control certain other players. He was a perfect manager, but there's no Ferguson. Those days are gone now, I'm afraid.
Speaking of the night, they've just got a penalty against Luton.
Who is this?
Of course they would.
Yeah. Well, that's a clear penalty.
Man United still 0-0 with Luton, by the way.
Yeah, they're about to. They've just got a penalty, and looks like Matters about to.
Yeah, that's a penalty. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, another penalty.
Yeah.
They love a penalty, didn't they, United?
Yeah. Moving on to this week's fixtures. Brighton away at home to Man United. We see that one.
Brighton. I think Brighton will give them I think they give him a hard time, man. I think I need to readjust my relegation prediction. I feel I need to apologize to Brighton for putting them in the relegation positions because I look like a complete fool now.
I mean, we were all going to readjust our predictions anyway. So I think with Brighton, they play well, but they expose themselves too much. Brighton expose themselves too much defensively that United will get in and get chances.
Yeah, what was it? With Brighton, Morpie, you would cheat, and I hope you get relegated.
Morpie. I love Morpie.
Look, he said how it is, man. Like, if someone said to you more money than you, then obviously I'm going to have a massive fit about it.
Yeah.
Respect him for saying as it is.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go. I'm sorry, guys. I've got to go and do something.
That's all right. Thanks for coming on, mate. Right, and I'm watching them tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you then. All right, bye.
All right, bye. Yeah, I mean, don't even go there. I think it's gonna be another tough game for Man United the way they are at the minute. I think for Man United, sort of confidence and morale, they need to win that game because things aren't looking good.
I thought when Brighton played Chelsea, I know Chelsea won the game. I thought the scoreline was a bit harsh on them, actually. I didn't think they played that badly, so they will give Man United problems.
Yeah, I think it depends if which Morpie comes into play. Is it the goal scoring Morpie or the guy that just lost the shooting boots? Is really dependent on him. But yeah.
West Brom Chelsea, the 5:30 kickoff. What do you think, Prime?
Easy.
Who are they playing? It might be a tough game to call.
West Brom at the Hawthorns.
That's going to be a tough game to call. I'll be honest.
Nah. If Everton can spank them 5-2, I think you can.
Everton, what? Everton and Palace.
Yeah, come on. I think
we know what. No, but we know what Palace are like. They beat United 3-1. They are a good team. They're good defensively.
But you signed all these players, man. Come on. If Everton can spank them, you can spank them.
Well, I thought we were doing Crystal Palace, Everton, not West Brom, Chelsea. Oh, West Brom, Chelsea.
Yeah, West Brom, Chelsea.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Chelsea will win, They are good defensively though, but Chelsea will win.
Mm.
Yeah,
Sorry, I heard it wrong. I thought we were doing Palace Everton. That's why I was saying it's going to be.
No.
Yeah, no, but Chelsea West Brom. Yeah, Chelsea will win.
A former player is going to be playing against you. A former player is going to be playing against Chelsea. Good old Branislav.
Oh, Ivanovic. Yeah, that's why it'll be. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be funny if he scored. It'll be funny.
By the way, boys, if you want to, Stephen, I've got to go in a minute. I've got to go because something I've got to sort out something. Tomorrow, do you want what you was asking me where the game is shown on? It's not on Sky. It's on that Carabao Cup Live.
Yeah, I signed up and paid for it. Yeah.
Hey.
I signed up and paid for it, so I could be able to
Right,
stream.
I thought you didn't know. I thought you didn't know what it was on.
Yeah. I got hold of that, but I'm sure that you'd be doing it on your channel.
Yeah. I think it's a liberty that they're asking you to pay for this, especially when there's no, Sky should have covered the whole lot really, and put it on different channels. But
Steve, if you want, we should skip to the Arsenal Liverpool one, just to do prediction.
Oh, before I go, you mean? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Arsenal will.
I've got
Liverpool.
I've got a feeling though. The way we've been playing when we played a good team, so we seem to be getting the result at the moment. And I watched Liverpool second half. They were, but they were playing. I know they were playing 10 men, but they really played well second half. Not that they didn't control the first half, but they did definitely control the second half. I've got a funny feeling Arsenal might just nick a draw there. I've just got a funny feeling about that game. I just that we'll get a draw. We'll make it tough for them, and I think we'll get a draw. I don't know what. I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. What about you, man?
I think it's all dependent on whether Thiago is going to be doing his thing. If Thiago does his thing, I think you guys are going to struggle, because even if you put 10 banks of players in front of the ball, behind the ball, I think Thiago has that quality to just to cut through your defense full on. So I think it'll be a 2-1 win to Liverpool, because I think Thiago is going to control the game.
Yeah. It will be tight. It will be a very tight game, in my opinion. As long as we put 110% in, I wouldn't be upset if we lost 2-1, 3-1. I think last season, I think it was last season. Yes, we weren't actually that bad.
Stephen, it's not a bad time to play them. Between me and you, it's not a bad time to play them. Early in the season, they haven't got the crowd behind them as well. It's not a bad time. And do you know what? I think we play with this lockdown, with these empty stadiums. I think we play well. I don't know what it is. I think we play better with an empty stadium. So the home advantage don't come into games like these now. Not with the lockdown.
I think. Sorry, but I thought.
It's like you're playing on a neutral ground. So I mean, I'm a bit more confident than you. I think we might just nick a draw there.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is that if we're putting 110% in, then if we lose, why we lose? Why? Because everyone's expecting us to not get a result anyway, right? But if we get a draw, then I'll be even more happy than that. But as long as they go out there and put a good performance in, because if you could put a good performance in and then we still lose, at least then we can say, yeah, we did our best, but that's not Liverpool are just better than us. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's like you said, if we went earlier, if we go and play like we did against West Ham, we're going to have serious trouble. Yeah. Sunday, Tottenham, Newcastle.
Tottenham. I think Tottenham will win. I think. Yeah. Tottenham win.
I think it'll be
I'll give you a prediction on that. 3-0 Tottenham. I think they'll win Newcastle. They're very, very poor. Very poor. Listen, mate, sorry, Stephen, I've got to go, mate. I'm sorry to
It's all right.
Pain. Speak to you soon, mate. How you get before I go? How much have you reached on the?
We've reached 601.
Oh, brilliant! That's not bad, is it?
Yeah, I was hoping. I was gonna take it down. I thought since it's so close to 1,000, see if.
No, I think you should leave it up there for a couple of weeks. I'll tell you why. I was gonna, because I've been busy. I've not been able to do it. But in the next week, I'll try and put a few things up on my stream, on my channel, on the thing on the channel to try and raise a bit more. So leave it up there for a week or two, mate. Leave it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to leave it till my birthday, which is 30th of October.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what I say. Leave it up there. We'll get that to at least get it to 1,000. Try and get it to 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. All right then, Steve. I'm going to have to go, mate, because I've got to do things. I've got. My father's not great at the moment, and I just want to give him a call and have a chat with him. All right.
All right.
All right, mate. Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to Man City, Leicester.
I think Leicester's going to win.
What's that?
Funny feeling Leicester's going to win.
Yeah, I think they could a draw or win.
Man City, Leicester.
Because defensively, Man City is this how it depends on who's going to be controlling the game. If Leicester's going to be controlling the game, then they're going to win.
Well, yeah, I doubt it.
5-1 Man City.
5-1
Man City. This would be the first statement game of the season. No, you laugh, but what do I keep saying? If you're challenging for the title, you need a statement game. Man City will have the first statement game of the season.
Yeah,
and Man City are a team that are much well drilled to be able to score 4 or 5 against teams. So,
but I don't.
5-1 wouldn't surprise me.
This is the Man City that everyone thinks is gonna be.
No, I'd not say win the title. I said statement game.
Yeah, I think Leicester's gonna do something. I think Leicester's gonna do something.
Yeah, I like Leicester, but no.
Yeah, I think Leicester have got something up their sleeves, to be honest. I wouldn't rule them out completely. It's always going to be tough going. Even if you're playing away, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Against Leicester, they've got a very good side, a very good manager. So yeah, it depends also if like Vardy's on form as well. I think that's the main thing as well. He's going to have his shooting boots on. Because at the Etihad, I doubt Leicester will have control of the game, being at the Etihad. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I've probably covered this before, but after the first 2 games, who would you say are threatened with relegation? Or is it too easy?
West Ham, Fulham, West Brom. I stand by West Ham being in relegation because even their fans think they're going to get relegated. Like,
I don't think West Ham will get relegated.
There's literally civil war at the club, and I think that's going to take over onto the pitch. And
when Mark Noble criticises the club, then you know there's a problem. What do you think, Prime?
I think Burnley. Have Burnley played a game?
They played yesterday, their first game.
Everyone's played a game.
Because I'm on the thing trying to look at fixtures. Oh yeah, they lost to Leicester 4-2.
4-2, sorry.
One
thing's for sure.
I don't.
I think Aston Villa's going to push for top 10.
Yeah, Villa look better this season than they did last.
The signings that they have, Martinez, Matty Cash. Like Matty Cash is someone that I've been looking at quite a while, obviously, because he's a Forest player. Obviously, he's a Forest player. My dad really likes the guy. Yeah, he's a good signing. They signed Ollie Watkins.
Well, it depends on whether Grealish stays.
No, he signed a 5-year deal.
No, I know that, but still, he could get snapped up.
Well, he might be one of those that might stay, like a Matt Letizia who just stays at their club that they love. I feel he might do that.
What? And he does a Gerrard and doesn't win the Premier League. That's tough.
But at least he wins trophies, though.
Yeah, I know, but we're talking about different competitions here.
But at least he's a better player than Lampard.
Nah, he's not. But I keep saying that.
Well, Stephen has the deciding vote since he's the third man in here. Who's the better player, Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard?
Oh, shit. Gerrard.
If you truly believe that, then fine.
He can do.
But he's not
everything.
He can do everything. Yet Frank has better records than he does. Frank literally can do more than what Gerrard can do.
How many games has Frank Lampard played in? How old is Frank Lampard? How many games has Frank Lampard played in? He played in 125 more games than Steven Gerrard.
Okay.
Expect his stats to be a little bit better. Like if you
125 more games, is that Premier League games or overall?
125 Premier League games.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind he was playing for West Ham before he joined Chelsea.
Yeah, but okay.
But
if you want to equivalent to that, the West Ham team that he played in was he quite decent. Is that the similar level?
Was it better than any of the Liverpool teams that were around?
I mean,
if you're going to bring up West Ham stats, then fair enough.
If you have a midfielder like Alberto Acolani next to Steven Gerrard, who's meant to replace Xabi Alonso, then yeah. But
but Steven Gerrard also played with Xabi Alonso, Mascherano.
If you want to go through that, Gerrard's record in Europe is so much better than Frank Lampard's.
How?
His goal and assist ratio is better than Lampard's.
By how much?
So I think Lampard's goal and assist ratio is about 0.39. I think Gerrard's 0.45.
Okay, that's very cool. But my discussion has been about the Premier League. The fact that you keep bringing up the Champions League does prove my point.
I mean, Champions League is the pinnacle of European football.
Yeah, that's cool. But if you cannot win the league that you've played in, and you've played for a really big club with quality world-class players around you.
You need a squad to win the league, not a first
11.
Yes,
cool. And the fact that Lampard has played in world-class teams by world-class managers and still being...
Squads.
Can I finish what I'm saying? The fact that Frank has played in world-class teams with world-class managers and still being one of the most important players in that team, does that not show he's a better player than Gerrard? Because people can say Gerrard dragged Liverpool, and that's great. But Frank being one of the most important players in a world-class team shows it. I'll put this at one point where Frank was actually the best. There's a point where Frank was the best midfielder on the planet. Gerrard was never the best midfielder on the planet.
How can you equate to that by people?
How can I do what?
Wait, by people voting for whoever is the best midfielder.
Came second on the Ballon d'Or.
If we go for different players, yeah.
Okay.
Lothar Matthäus will always pick a Steven Gerrard over Frank Lampard. Even Messi,
Cool.
You could go for all Ballon d'Ors where people can vote for who they want.
Yes.
But easy say pundits will pick Steven Gerrard over Frank Lampard.
Have they done that?
Lothar Matthäus, Andreas Bremer.
No, you just said pundits, and I said, have they done that?
Huh? If you do your
research, pundits have done it.
If you do your research, more pundits pick Steven Gerrard over Frank Lampard.
Okay, cool.
And we're not.
I know. Okay, cool. But I still know that Lampard is better. I would pick Lampard over Gerrard.
How is he better? How is he better?
I've named you this. I've named you. Okay, he's fifth, or he's in the top 5 for goals and assists. His passing range is just as good as Gerrard's, if not better.
No. I'm not. No.
At least let me finish. When he got older, he was able to drop in and play the defensive role, which he did. He played in a double pivot. He's been crucial in the success that Chelsea have had. Important when we won our first Premier League game. When we won our Champions League, that Champions League run, he was vastly important in that. Every trophy we've managed to win, all the big finals we've managed to win, he's been important in them. Gerrard's been important for Liverpool as well. Yes, of course he has. Your Champions League win and stuff like that. Of course he has. But the importance for Lampard has been better due to the fact that we've actually won more. And you can say Lampard played in a better team. Of course he has. But to be one of the most important players, if not the most, one of the most important players in a team full of superstars, I would take that more than Gerrard.
So you're saying that the players on your bench are of world-class quality?
The players on our what?
On your bench are of world-class quality.
In what period, though, are you looking at?
If you look at throughout history, throughout the whole of Lampard's prime years at Chelsea.
At Chelsea, yeah.
What world-class?
Did I say every player was world-class?
No, but you're saying he was the best of the world-class bunch, if you get what I mean.
No, I said he was one of our best players. One of our top players, which he was.
So was Steven Gerrard.
No, I did not say he wasn't. My point was, if you're one of the best players in a world-class team, and people keep telling me about Gerrard that he didn't play with world-class players and all of that, which is a lie, I would still take Lampard over Gerrard, due to the fact that he was vital in a world-class squad, or one of the vital players in a world-class squad, as opposed to Gerrard being the best out of a bad bunch that Liverpool fans keep telling me that was that Liverpool team, or those Liverpool teams. You can't say that I'm wrong.
Everyone in the chat decide who's the better
and
player.
Everyone can have their own opinion, but this is my opinion.
I feel, and just to touch on your point, when you say, "Oh, Lampard versatile, he can drop down into the centre defensive midfield."
Okay,
he's also done that. He's also played on the right hand side, and if you want to look, you know the FA Cup final that we won, he actually played on the right hand side, and also he could play as shadow striker behind, which was his best goal scoring run, and he was in a lot of the season.
Gerrard is better.
Cool. The fact that he's been shunted out of position and not played in midfield consistently.
He's that good that he has to play. He can play multiple positions on the pitch.
He's that good, or they just ask him to do a job. Okay, fine. You have your opinion, I have mine, but that doesn't mean my opinion is wrong. With everything people say about Gerrard, Lampard has done it and more.
He can't defend.
What? He can't defend, but he can defend.
He can defend. He cannot defend.
How can he not defend?
Why does Sven ask Gerrard to do more of the box-to-box role and not ask Lampard to do as much defensive work as?
Okay, then why did England play a double a 4-4-2 with Gerrard and Lampard in midfield? They shouldn't have both played together in midfield.
Hang on.
With a DM.
No, but I think Stephen might back me up. Before Frank Lampard was good, there was a system that was already working, which was Paul Scholes and Steven Gerrard, which worked.
Yeah, and they probably should have done it, because in terms of international football, you go with your system, not your best players. There's a reason why Spain played a false 9 in a period where Fernando Torres and David Villa were two of the most feared strikers on the planet. You play a system that works as opposed to just your best players. So with England, I don't care about any of that because England have a quality team now, and they're still not going to win anything. They had a golden generation back then and still didn't win anything. So bring England into the discussion all you want, it doesn't matter.
We're just gonna go around in circles, aren't we?
Well,
we're just gonna go around in circles, aren't we?
Yeah, and that's why I said this is my opinion and you have your opinion. It doesn't matter.
That's always going to be. Like, I think Danny's just made it quite there. The debate has been going on for years. So there's always going to be half people thinking it's going to be Lampard, right, and some people think it's going to be Steven Gerrard. So
I think the only real way you could have decided it is if Gerrard had came to Chelsea, because I think then that would have been the only way England would have actually won trophies.
Nah. I still
They're
think
both good players.
I think Sven should have stuck to the Scholes and Gerrard combination.
Probably, and that probably would have worked. I think personally,
it was working. It was working.
Yeah, it was working, but they didn't win anything with that. Personally, I think they should have played a three-man midfield.
But as they say, hindsight is.
I'm not going to sit here and say that because we had to get Lampard in the squad, it meant that we did that. It would cost us in tournaments. Because
for me, tournament is about your system. It's not about your best players.
Yeah,
you can have the best players on the planet. It doesn't mean you're going to win anything.
I could go through like a whole thing of what I would have wanted that England 2016 to do. I
would have played a 4-3-3 with it.
But that's
Owen Haggerty
that's a conversation for another day.
Gerrard and Lampard, or maybe a Paul Scholes.
That's a conversation for another day.
But England are just what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have these debates with all sorts of key England players, and everyone's going to be divided. There's always going to be someone who prefer Gerrard. The difference is small, very small. Yeah. They should have done something with England quite easily, but we just didn't utilise their talent correctly. Because that 2006 team should have won, in my opinion, should have won the World Cup.
Should have won it. Should have won the World Cup.
Which team?
The 2006 team should have won the
England team. No, they shouldn't. Well, they shouldn't have because they didn't.
No, but that team, the quality of players, they should have won the World Cup.
I've stayed on longer than I probably should have because I have things to do. So, thanks, Stephen. Thanks, boys, for having me on.
All right.
Catch you back next week on this.
Yeah,
with press show or hot off the press.
Yeah, be on next Wednesday. It was just because obviously the football.
Definitely.
Bye.
Lampard's better than Gerrard.
Bye.
Yeah. So, there's not much else other than that, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry to digress to Gerrard and Lampard. Just
That's all right. It's all a part of the channel. It's debates. Everyone has their own opinion. So, this show will be back on Wednesday next week. Only because obviously it was Arsenal Leicester tomorrow, which I'll be doing a watch along to. Don't know if Rams, you want to tune in for the watch along tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't think I'll be interested in like watching Arsenal. No offense. If it was a big game, then
what about obviously Monday night will be Arsenal Liverpool.
I'm not sure. I have to check if I'll be available. Terry might ask me to do it because I haven't been on his watch alongs for any of the Liverpool games. So if he asks, then maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, just let us know. I've been trying to get hold of Terry to see if we can do something to win and stuff to help raise some more money on that Just Giving page as well. And I could just about afford to do this stuff I'm doing in terms of StreamYard with my budget that I've got. So which is tight. It's very tight, but it'll do.
Yeah.
Now, whether that'll set up a page to help try and fund it. Because unfortunately, I spoke to a charity, but unless it's a free way of doing it, they can't really do anything.
Yeah.
But they have given us a discount, so
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So hopefully, if what I'll do is sell, like, because obviously it's not monetized yet. This is not 1,000. I might talk to YouTube to say, yeah, I'm under 600 of subscribers, but this is for charity.
Yeah.
See if not, then I might sell the page to try and fund it. So, but yeah, because but yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Let us know if you're free on Monday night or not.
Yeah.
I'm hoping be back Monday night from the hospital. So I've got an appointment. It's all the way in London, which is about a 2-hour drive. So, but yeah, thanks for all to tuning in, and yeah, be back next Wednesday, 8 p.m. With some more news in the world of football. Right, but until then, everyone, stick to the rules. Right, take care, stay safe.